Hi everyone, Matt from Spirits of the Silver Screen and True History of the Silver Screen. I'm here to give you my top 20 favorite films. Coming in at number 20 was a movie that, I probably was too young to watch at the time, but being a young kid, I still managed to get it home from the video store. They really didn't check my ID or anything like that. It was the movie Casino. Very long cast list, Robert De Niro is one of the main ones, Joe Pesci, and the list goes on from there. But what a true story about, Las Vegas. And who knows, maybe that's coming up here on True History of the Silver Screen, a little insight on Casino and how the mobs really did run Las Vegas for a long time. And I remember as a kid seeing it, and it was like so crazy. And to see it today in, the adult years, you realize it was very much a true story. All right, so coming in at number 19, let's go back in time, even before Casino. This movie was out well before I was birthed, but it's one of my top 20 for many reasons. The movie Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, the good old Gene Wilder version. Just the music, the story, the dreams of a kid wanting your own candy factory, and how cool would it be, and to have Oompa Loompas and everything else, and that everlasting gobstopper. I'm still in search for it. Can't find it. The candy stores say they sell it, but it's BS. It disappears. The flavor's gone. It turns white. The color doesn't stay the same. But yeah, let's go Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. All right, so number 18 on my list, good old Michael Keaton film. Let's see if you know which one it is. Don't know? I'll let you know right now. It's Beetlejuice. I don't know, something about Beetlejuice always stuck out. Kind of a wild, wacky movie. You always wondered, does stuff like that really happen? Can you die, and is this where you go? And, just the craziness behind it. But I think the movie was well done. Again, just my childhood memories growing up with it. Just always sticks to it. And now Beetlejuice 2 coming out soon. I'm stoked for it. I'm going to have front row seats day one, first show, whatever, on the Dolby Digital. All right, so number 17 is, I don't know, this one is maybe a little bit backwards. I was older for it, but it was a movie targeted towards kids, but because of the CGI at the time, it was far and above its time. It made everything look so realistic. We're going with the movie Toy Story. Just a classic story of, the imagination you put forward to your toys, them coming to life. Every child does it, you imagine your toys coming to life and what they really do when you're not around. And then to have a movie kind of play it out was always fun, and I think very cool. So Toy Story's got a special place in my heart. I've seen all of them. Number 5 is going to be coming out, I think, next year. Maybe late this year, I'm not 100% sure. But looking forward to that continuation of the movie as well. All right, number 16 is my one and only, Christmas-themed movie to make the top 20. And it's just because it's funny, it's hilarious. Chevy Chase is in it. Beverly D'Angelo. Yes, I'm talking about Christmas Vacation. It's a classic movie. How can you not go wrong with that one? And, I felt it deserved a spot on the top 20. So there it is. All right. Then number 15. This movie at the time was what we all assumed was part 1, but it wasn't part 1. It was part 4, and we didn't realize it till 20 years later, maybe 30 years later, when they came out with number 1, and it just felt out of place because the graphics were better, the CGI was better, and they introduced us into a really stupid character and then some really good ones as well. But I'm going with number 4, Star Wars. Great movie, man. Great soundtrack. The war in space. The unknowns, Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker, the battles, the Jedi, stormtroopers, the whole 9 yards, Great movie, well done. All right, so I believe we're up to number 14 now. Again, this one's on the top of my list. I watched it many times in my childhood, although it was rated R. Probably shouldn't have watched it. Still did. Love the movie. It's where I fell in love with the movie character Axel Foley, the tough-ass son of a bitch from Detroit who he didn't take shit from nobody. He would even stick a banana in your tailpipe if you mess with him too much. Yeah, we're talking about the movie Beverly Hills Cop. Always going to be a classic in my books. Rightfully so, in my top 20. Great movie. And Eddie Murphy, well done. Coming into number 13 is a story about 4 childhood friends who go embark on a journey to find a dead body that is rumored to be out there. Who knows? They go through a lot of shit on this journey. No, we're not talking about that stupid-ass movie, Lord of the Rings. Another one with people going on a journey, but this one was shorter. It got to the point. It wasn't a 3-movie-long prologue, 7 hours. The movie Stand By Me. I know Stand By Me, great movie. I don't know. Again, I think this one was a Stephen King, right? Mm-hmm. And it wasn't like horror film style, so it was not quite a Stephen King film. Although you had the boy who ate a lot of blueberry pie and blew chunks all over the entire town and caused a massive vomit streak. When I watched it as a kid, that was the best part of the movie. I laughed so hard. I mean, it was just funny. So great job. But Stand By Me's up there. We're getting into number 12 now. Tom Hanks, who has so many memorable roles, set this one. I think it was in 1996. He plays a special feller down south.
1994.
1994, even like longer. So in 94, he introduced us to Forrest Gump. Forrest Gump, man, he loved that lady Jenny, I tell you what, and found his friend Bubba, who loved shrimp just as much as Forrest loved Jenny. And I don't know, something about, again, the story, I liked it. It was an intriguing movie to... I don't know, Tom Hanks works wonders. I mean, he does a great job, and there's a reason why so many of his movies are in my top 20. I don't know what it was about Forrest. I guess, again, being a kid and being able to watch a movie meant for adults just felt like you were breaking the law type thing. So it was a movie I'd watch over and over. And coming in at number 11, this character was introduced to us by the one and only Johnny Depp. And this came after his drug years. I mean, he had some memorable roles, hit a tough part in his life, came back, and I think this is one of the first big roles that really got him back into acting, got him back into, being a positive role model. But no, Pirates of the Caribbean. What a movie to bring pirates to life, finally. Yes, there's been other Pirates movies out there, but I think this one in my childhood was the first one that really stood out. Maybe not even my childhood. God, I was an adult when it came out, I believe. But just to have pirates come to life and his role, the swaggy pirate, why is the rum gone? Why is it always the rum? And I don't know, just pirates, and I've always been fascinated. What kid is not fascinated with pirates? So, no, you're never going to have another Jack Sparrow.
Yeah, no.
Johnny Depp, well done. It will never happen again. I hope no one tries to remake it. Go with a different character. Do something different.
They're talking about it.
Maybe have somebody else take over Will Turner and turn Will Turner into something else. I don't know, but don't mess with my Jack Sparrow. All right, so now we're here. We're in the top 10 movies. It gets so hard. Like, this is like one of the hardest lists when you have to break it down to, you're 25, you're 30 movies, and then you start breaking it down to 20, and then you have to take those 20 movies and put them in a particular order. So, it's been hard, but the top 10 really could go either way by a slight bump. But coming in at number 10 is the Dragon, the story of Bruce Lee. Again, one of those movies that just have really stuck out growing up. Hearing about a Chinaman, as he called himself, coming to the U.S. and becoming a success the way he did. And again, it just shows the racism people faced, the discrepancies, the hardships they had getting to be where they were. Just the battles that Bruce Lee, and you knew him growing up, well known in the world of martial arts. And it was just one of those names, whether you really followed martial arts or not, you knew the name Bruce Lee. Number 9. Man, I think this one was 96, 97, maybe? It could even be earlier than that. But it's another Disney film, another child movie. We're going with The Lion King. Amazing soundtrack, amazing storyline. The Mufasa scene always still gets me, you know. Simba didn't need to see that. Scar is just an evil SOB, and, Mufasa. Pour one out for the homie, get a drink, pour that stuff out. Correct me if I'm wrong, Lion King is a great movie. I don't care how old you are or what generation you're from. Number 8 was a movie that, when you watched as a kid, it portrayed the time frame of like right now, and we're nowhere near it. Unfortunately, we're going with Back to the Future.
I thought you were about to.
Doc Brown. Hope I had for 20, the hoverboards, just the flying cars, space, traveling up and driving cars, flying cars, you name it, like newspapers that, your cell phone does it, but you get a piece of paper and it changes as you're reading it. That's more Harry Potter style, but it just was very cool to see as a kid, and you really were counting down the days, and every year that went by, we're getting closer, and I think the closest thing they called was the Cubs winning the World Series. That did come true, and they talked about it, but, someday we will be in the future of Back to the Future, of where the future was portrayed. All right, movie number 7. I think it's one of the first starts for the actress Drew Barrymore. It did have a special alien that came to Earth and needed to go back home, and boy, he got left behind. His people left him. How dare they? But we're going with E.T., the extraterrestrial. Maybe this is like top 20 of my childhood. Again, it's a childhood movie. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Just, and maybe it's what still has me on my kick that aliens really do exist. I hope someday we get an E.T. Thing happening. I'd love for him to come across my place. I'd invite him in, come chill with me, Maybe the movie Paw, just like have an alien. I won't smoke pot with him. I don't do drugs. But number 6, we're talking about the movie Batman, but I'm not going with the Batman. There's a Batman couple versions down the road. And it fell into the top 6 not because of Batman, but because of the villain, the Joker. And the job that Heath Ledger did playing the role of the Joker was just phenomenal. We are referring to the movie The Dark Knight, for those of you that don't know. Spectacular movie, persona, the Joker. And it's really hard to talk about how well it was done and the role that he played. I still think he got shafted. He should have been Best Actor award for that one. It was just that well done. But mad props to him. Very unfortunate his life ended way too soon. I'm sure we may have seen a reprieve of the Joker, because never really showed him die, though. Never really showed him die. And as you learn in films, if they don't show you dying, there's always a chance of coming back. So, yeah, that is number 6, which brings us into the top 5 now. This top 5 is kind of all over the board, but coming in at number 5 is a movie that brought us, it started off as a black and white, turned into a colored movie, went back to a black and white. There were tornadoes in this, there were munchkins, there was a lollipop guild, there was a place called Oz, there was a dog named Toto, characters named Dorothy, the Lion, the Tin Man, Scarecrow, which one is one of my favorite characters. But we're going with the movie The Wizard of Oz. Again, it's just a movie that was in your childhood. You see something that comes to life. It was really cool seeing the black and white go into color version. Ding Dong, the Wicked Witch is dead. Always. But again, just those childhood memories. I mean, all right, number 4. Again, this one, it was so hard to get into this top 5 range. I probably have it ranked lower than it should be, but when all said and done, the tally marks just dropped it to number 4. I'm going with the movie Ghostbusters. It's a classic. It's where I started my love for ghosts. I still truly believe in ghosts. They're out there. Do I want to capture them someday? Do I want to run around with a proton pack on my back? Hell yes, I do. Why not? It would be the most badass job in the world. What little boy back in the late 1980s, early 1990s did not dream of being a Ghostbuster in real life? Then, love the movie. Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, whatever. Bring it on. Let's go. Number 3. We're sticking with kind of like that world of stuff that really doesn't exist but did exist. The fossils keep being found more and more and more, and they get bigger and bigger. We're going with the movie Jurassic Park. Damn, those dinosaurs, man. When they came to life on screen, saying I was 8, maybe 7, going to the theater with my dad to see it. Your imagination went crazy because at the time it looked so real. The CGI was incredible. It wasn't like the early dinosaur movies early on in time, like the movie we just did a review on, Baby, The Secret Life, where you could totally be like, yeah, okay. No, this was like realistic stuff, and it had you wanting to go to Jurassic Park. Like, no, let's go there. Speaking of my dad, he brought me to see Jurassic Park. This next movie coming in number 2 on my list, I'm pretty sure is number 1 on his list. It was a movie I watched countless times with him, whether it was at the theater, at our house. It would just be our thing to do once a month or so. This movie Kevin Costner brought to life, about a man who was in the Civil War. He got stationed at a post and then found himself lonely, was introduced to a wolf, and then came along an Indian tribe, and just the story that it tells about how the white man and the Indian tribes didn't get along. There was some serious beef there, and he made it a mission to show them, like, hey, peace. Like, he learned about their culture and how they do things, and I think he really realized that the Indian were people too, and they are people, and it's a story of love, of passion, of hatred, of betrayal. Great movie, but we are referring to the movie Dances with Wolves. I love that movie. Again, this one easily could have been my number 1, but just for various reasons it didn't hit that plateau, Love it. Very good movie. So before we go into number 1, I'm going to give you some of my honorable mentions, ones that could have made the top 20. Bill Murray. I watched this one over and over and over again, and it was about a movie that he relived the same day over and over and over and over, trying to get it right. The movie Groundhog Day, just, I don't know, it had a place in my heart. It was there, but just didn't quite get into the top 20. Another Chevy Chase movie, we're going to Vegas Vacation. Love it. It's part of that Christmas vacation, the whole thing. Vegas Vacation, still a movie I can watch over and over and not get tired of it. Just, it didn't add up to any of the top 20 films. The next one, Arnold Schwarzenegger, brought us The Terminator. And, the whole montage of hasta la vista, baby, and I'll be back.
Get to the chopper.
Yeah, that wasn't that one. Shut the fuck up. For that one, and then one of my last honorable mentions, another Brandon Lee movie, the movie The Crow. Just such a dark movie, but yet you connected with it. You felt his pain and suffering and everything. So The Crow, honorable mention. Sorry you didn't make the top 20, but you're there at least. You're in a mention. All right, so number 1, here we are. Titanic. It's another story about a group of friends that, they're about ready to lose their community because the investors are taking over, and they embark on a journey in which they come across a traveling band, a family that's a bunch of murderers and killers, and it takes place in Rhode Island, I believe. But we introduce ourselves to the Truffle Shuffle. We got Sloth, Baby Ruth. And we're going with the Goonies. Just the whimsicalness, the humor that came out of it, everything about it. Just, I don't know. I loved it. It's weird to have that one as your number one when you come down to it after listening to all the other ones, but it's funny. It has everything you want in a movie. It has its action, suspense, maybe horror. You might be scared by, the chained man in the basement. Some people are. There are a couple jump scenes, but you get everything. Treasure, gold. You get a superhero out of it. It tells all the stories in one movie. So that's my top 20. Alright, so to check out more about our Culz Paranormal Group Top 20, click on the link right here above me to the right. Off to the left, if you click the link there, you'll learn more about us here at just Culz Paranormal. See all our fun videos. Don't forget to give us a like and subscribe, and don't forget to switch that personalized bell over from all to personalized so you do get all of our updates. And let us know in the comments below, what are your top movies? You can give us your top 5, 10, 20. List them out for us. Or if you just are a one type of movie person, what's that one movie you will always go back to?